Hey bud, hope you're doing well. I got my Fresca. Let's get into the video. In this video, we are going over the map changes that Spectre Divide has recently put into the Discord server. If you're not a part of the Discord server, I'll link it. And they basically do all of the news in this Spectre news chat, like Season 1, which I already did a video on. So yeah, they've basically posted the major changes coming to each map. I don't know if these are the only changes, but they're the ones that they have posted as sort of the major highlights to each said specific map. So I have them here, and we're gonna Microsoft Paint these, paint them up. So this is Commons, and on Commons, which is the newest map, they added this sort of, I think, late last year after release. And yeah, going over it, they're sort of, with these map changes, just taking out some of the frustrating angles where you sort of need to look in two places at once. And unless you're going through with a teammate, it's just you're not gonna have a fun time if you're killed from the direction that you're not looking in. So if you're the last remaining player, trying to check every single angle is sometimes a hassle, especially when you're rotating through your own spawn. So as you can see here, hopefully you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. All right. As you can see here, we have this parking thing, and it's basically just being moved forward. So now when you're coming around through here, coming out this way, you can sort of just look that way to where the spawn is, instead of having to like also make sure you're checking this area here to make sure there's no one hiding out there. Obviously someone can still sit in this corner, but it's less likely that they're going to be able to see you. You can check that while coming around this corner, and then, or looking around this corner if you check it here, and then you can look into the spawn while you're actually going around that spawn corner. Same thing that goes for this one. Obviously, this right here is I would call it an unnecessary corner, especially when you have a corner right here. So they sort of just brought the door forward a bit, and now you still have to check here. You still have to check in this corner here, and there's also a corner that way that you'll have to check. But it takes away one less pain point. So still on commons here. Another change is that they brought this wall forward to go like this. So you don't need to check this corner here. It's sort of just a flat wall, and that will help anyone pushing from this way here. They can focus on checking behind the box that's there, and checking into spawn, and don't have to worry about someone standing here as much. Same thing with this one. This is the attacker's spawn going to B site. Making sure someone doesn't rush over and hide in this corner or this corner. They've just segmented it off, so there's just a straight wall there, as you can see, so there's no more hiding in sort of those back corners. There's enough like places to hide within this sort of zigzag of boxes. You don't really need to have this part here to have a hiding spot here and here. Not really necessary. We are now on, this is going to A site. This is if you go up the stairs and go through the main entrance. This is just against the wall. They've moved this locker over here. Where's my red? Over here. So now it's just a solid wall, and you don't have to check behind here because there's already two boxes on this side that people can hide behind. So it just eliminates one more place to check. There's also, you can like stand up here, and there's another high ground where you can stand on over this way as well. So, there's already places to check, places to look. It just eliminates one sort of, again, not really necessary place to have to check. Again, these are mostly for like if you're the last player standing, it's annoying trying to check every single corner as you're going through the map. So that's for commons. Heading on to Metro now. This is the indoor site. I forget which one's A and which one's B. So for the first change, they've kept this server rack, and they've basically made it go the entire distance to eliminate this indent area over here, so you can't check behind here. You can still obviously this box is still sort of slightly slanted. So you can still hide behind the box here. You can hide on the other side of the box. Obviously, there's double doors. You can hide on the other side of the metro train. So there's still places to watch the site from that doesn't involve this corner right here. And it doesn't matter because my favorite place to stand is right on top of the box here and shoot down on them as they're coming around that corner. They only expect it like half the time, so it's pretty fun. Yeah, so that's pretty much there. There's just now a wall, so you don't have to check that side of the site. Going down here, we now have this part is also now flush with the sign, and there's a little bit here on the subway cart, but I don't think it's enough to hide behind. I'm pretty sure they'll still see your arm and gun if you're trying to stick here. This was actually mostly just done to anyone coming up over this green part here could be shot upwards like this, or you could have a defender hiding in this corner swing around when they hear the plant noise and try and catch anyone out. Again, this area is not really that necessary because you can hide right here and just peek out when you hear the shoot noise. And again, there's already double doors this way, and there's already the boxes on site this way. So you have pretty good coverage without having to have like a little nook right there to try and watch for. So there's that. Metro 3 and 4. All they did was bring this gate forward. All they did was bring it out a bit, so it's now flush. Again, just a little place that's not really necessary. You still have behind the metro train, there's a box down on this side as well. And then you can look just straight on that way anyway. So not really necessary, so they just pushed it forward. And the same thing with here. It's now blocking here, so you can see that it's pushed forward, and you don't have to look to that side when if you're flanking or if you're retaking. You don't have to look to this side to make sure that there's no one hiding in this little crevice right here. Now we're on to mill. With mill, these are the changes on, I think this is the A site, but they've sort of just moved this box diagonally. So this box here is now moved diagonally so that when you're coming around to take point, you can look this way first, and then you can go on to site second, and you don't need to sort of come in and look both ways at once. Now, you could peek sight a bit earlier, so it wasn't completely 50-50'd, but it was just a little bit annoying when you're trying to take sight, so they've alleviated that. Going on to the next one, they've added a little box here, as you can see, because I don't know if you can see this tiny box up here. but people would hide right behind it, and you would be able to shoot all the way through into this area here. So people would come out of spawn and then immediately die. Not that fun. So now they have the box there to basically get rid of that. Another thing is that when the attackers do finally go plant and set up for post plant, they could either hide here or here. And when swinging around this corner, if you were trying to flank, you would have to check basically both the corners at once. You don't really have to. You can still see this corner from a bit back, but it was just harder. So now you can come up to here, check that corner, rotate around, like swing this, check this corner, and make sure that it's all clear. And again, it helps for if you're trying to retake from the flank and the attacker is now set up at this box that I was talking about for the defenders. It makes sure that you don't get shot right away while coming around. So that's a positive for the attacker and the defender. Mill 3 and 4 is at the other indoor site. They've obviously just cut this. Again, just getting rid of one of those 50-50 peaks. Making sure that you can clear this side of sight before swinging and checking the rest of sight. And obviously, the attacker's haven. And for the fourth change, they've just added boxes here. So you used to be able to toss your Spectre up here while defending from post plant. And people would have to check up here while also looking this way to make sure there's no one standing beside the boxes there. So this sort of stops you from putting your Spectre up in this area. This box here looks like you might be able to put a Spectre up there. Probably not. Just to, again, get rid of that. But, you know, whatever. We'll test it when the map actually comes out. And that is it for Mill. Now we're on Skyway. So the first change is to Zigzag. They've obviously cut, again, another 50-50 place that you have to look. This area is still wall bangable, obviously because it's just plastic containering. But now you can sort of check this corner before swinging around and checking the other side into mid, where defenders could be trying to play aggressive. This side here, they've just sort of made the slant longer. So it now goes past the fast recon or fast reposition, whatever you want to call it. The green zone. So yeah, it extends past the green zone so that when you're coming as an attacker looking this way, it's easier to check this corner before then obviously looking here, then here, then here. That just created a fourth place to look. So now you can check this at once, both of these sides behind the boxes and this corner with one look, check here, and then rotate to check on sight. Again, just eliminating one more angle that you have to check for everything. Then we have Skyway 3 and 4. So obviously with this one here, they've brought this wall forward a bit. This wall forward a bit, making it so that you can't sort of hide in this corner. I don't know a lot of people who would hide in this corner specifically, but I guess it was a problem because they've brought it forward a bit. And they've also made this wall here about this high. I don't really know what this is going to help with. As far as I know, you can throw your Spectre that high, so anyone trying to like green zone a Spectre in, I mean, like, yeah, Morgan can still smoke throw and land into the green zone. So it's not for that reason. Like, the only thing I could think of is people would throw flashes over here and have their team push out, and the flash would pretty much get most of sight. So that could be an issue, but I'm pretty sure flashes can still go over here. So I don't exactly know what this is preventing, but obviously they made sure that, or I mean, maybe you could see over from the high ground here. You can sort of see over. So I guess they just made it a bit higher so that you couldn't see over, but you should still be able to throw smokes, flashes, nades, whatever over this area here. That shouldn't be a problem anymore. And that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.